Here we have in the top left side a blue Terran player fighting for the Kaisi Gamers. He is Time. In the bottom right side we have ourselves that red Protoss fighting for Team LP. He is Patience. Patience fighting. Both players, maybe not at the first player that comes to mind when you think about the best of their race, but very, very closely matched, I would say, over here. Still two players that beat 99.99 of the overall player base, probably on an easy setting for them, right? Where they feel relaxed and can kind of take it slow and steady. But they're going up against each other here, so that's not allowed. No real slow and steady going to be happening here, I would assume. We made sure that Patient has prepped himself as well as possible for this one as well. Got himself in prime condition. Emptied out the you know, the pipeline, and he's good now. I'm such a child. I am such a child. Anyway, so far what they're doing, nothing too strange, huh? Nobody going for a scout. I think that would be the strangest thing of all. First scout here coming out at about 135-ish seconds, I would say, right? With this with the SCV, probably started moving that. It's just as the command center was trying to get built. Maybe in the SCV for the barracks there. And I'm going for a Marine, so no Reaper there either. Gonna get himself a quicker factory that way, I suppose, right? May want to look into getting scouting done with Hellions, perhaps, or a Widowmine drop. That could be happening as well, of course, here. A little bit more likely for such a situation. But that reactor is still surprisingly far away from that factory. Could be that Time wants to ensure that he won't get scouted too easily, but the probe just kind of walking up to the front door. I'm not even sure if he would or wouldn't see it from this location here. It's gonna be close, but no, okay, well, just a single Hellion. Nothing too crazy. As we have Patience going for a very safe route here as well. Going for the Twilight Council. Off of the one gate right there. Looking to get himself some very quick blinkage. Close the door. There we are. Now, of course, an Adept Shade definitely won't be able to see that. But I suppose it does see the Hellion, right? So, kind of giving that away. But then again, the Hellion also there to scout right now, right? Could still mean a lot of things overall for Patience here. Not something that is very, very making something obvious or making something clear. Could still be all sorts of stuff, but you know what? Patience already prepping for what is coming his way anyway, right? Well, it's only a single Widowmine actually with the single Hellion. Is he just gonna fill it up with the Hellion, the Widowmine, and the rest just Marines? Or okay, no, he's gonna leave the Hellion at home. He's gonna maybe run that into the natural base as the medevac draws away attention in the main base. That could be the plan here. Let's see, yep, there goes that Hellion. And behind us a Raven on the way also. Two more barracks, looking like he could start prepping for a follow-up timing attack here. Patience and looking for a fourth base. It would seem as well. Just be careful here, of course, in these first couple of moments. The Stalker warping in right on top of the bio forces there. Widowmine needs to be careful. Nice unburrow. Doesn't want to waste it on a probe, but then again, I mean, a probe that is about to go into the simulator, of course. But then again, now it got killed, so it got less done overall. I think the Hellion as well did get killed off. I think the Hellion may have been the one part of this that got the most damage done. It would appear. Then we have a robotics bay and a forge follow-up. Yeah, Patience, he's gonna feel pretty comfortable, right? Not taking pretty much any damage there from the first couple of bouts. The first attempt at aggression. as he will now be moving across the field with his Stalkers, because he's pretty much free to do so, right? At the same time, he's going to facilitate himself with a bit of information, seeing what's up, what is Time really up to. Is he just doing regular stuff? Is he getting a quick third? Does he have 5 barracks? Does he have 3? We can kind of see, of course, we can take a glance. Plus 1 on the way right now for him. As we have Patience going with the 6 gate follow-up right now. Straight up into the Colossus as well. One of the best ways to kind of deal with Terran these days, of course, is seemingly to be just getting yourself the Colossus at this moment in time. And then, of course, the Blink Stalkers to facilitate the defense against any type of aggression. Okay, Medevac is flying out. Attempt at a Marauder grab right there. Trying to lure that Marauder into, well, into purgatory, I suppose. As Time will be moving out. There's not much left at home, so these Stalkers may be able to just come in here right now. I don't think he actually knows that the army has moved out. He should, though, right? He has that Observer here, which did see the movements. But he wasn't really responding with those Stalkers, so I'm kind of curious what else took his priority there. Definitely seemed like an opportunity. The 1 Colossus immediately disabled right there. Quite nasty indeed. The overcharged battery not going to get utilized either because it gets targeted down. Another Colossus here in the main base that did manage to somewhat deal with the drop right now. 2 Marines do remain, but oh my dear lord, another interference matrix. The other siege, the other Colossus very low. Siege tank also goes down. Quite a few probes so far. I mean, 10 of them. That's because of these 2 Mariners here from Time still being able to lay down the fire. And manage to, well, blow up in the sky in a beautiful ball of fire. What else is there to be desired as a Marine's death? And, yeah, Time. That was a good bit of damage, right? Managed to equal up the worker count here, which means that, well, the Terran is ahead in this situation. In particular, because he does have that 3rd base already up as well. It's going to be up to Patience here to figure out a way to come back into this, right? He's going to have to figure out a way to either deal damage to Time or prevent any damage from taking place on his side, and then trade efficiently against whatever type of aggression Time sends his way. But that's, you know, his choice. Losing 3 more probes right there. Not the right thing to do, unfortunately. For the Protoss player right here. So we have a couple of Zealots also trying to partake in the, well, perhaps the mining of the Terran base. Instead of minerals, they'll more likely look for mining the intestines here of the SCVs. Horrible business, really. Alright, now we have the forces coming in again. Time once more looking to end this. I mean, he does have a very, very significant army lead right now. The shield battery's a little bit further backwards, so it's an easier place for Patience to hold here. Send in those Zealots. Look like the bunker was enough to deal with that, though. Gotta be careful, alright. Good amount of Stalkers being warped in. But yeah, this choke point here now going to be utilized by Patience. Doesn't have to be all the way over here because the shield battery is over here. Can back up quite a bit. There we go. We'll try to get the fight going right now. Is that the right call? He's taking definitely quite a beating from those siege tanks, but manages to whittle down a lot of those Marines there as well. A little bit of aggression, it looks like. They come through. As you know what? Time does get pushed backwards here. Did get beaten backwards, and he still has some trouble back at home as well in the form of that DT here. getting himself a bit of value in that department. Not bad, not bad at all. Looks like it will be going down. Ultimately, not a bad trade there for Patience, right? Managed to get himself back into this pretty much. You have to wonder if Time had to attack in that situation. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he felt confident after the amount of damage that he already dealt. Maybe he will be able to just finish it off right here. I think Time is still in a favorable position though, overall, right? It does seem to be that case. Just kind of looking at the army supply and such. The upgrades also, well, starting to get that into his favor. As soon as that +2/+2 finishes up, that should give him a nice little edge. As Patience, well, he's taking more paces. He's also getting his armor upgrades right here. Good, solid choice. Always quite important to get those armor upgrades against Terran, as they do deal a lot of very quick damage overall. And yeah, Patience, it looks like he just wants to maintain a ground force right here. We're not seeing any type of transition into Stargates or anything like that just quite yet. I mean, if he were to be planning to do anything of the sorts, this would be a good moment to try and make it happen. Well, I suppose the overall base count, right, is a good moment in time. Of course, he does need quite a lot of stuff right here available to facilitate the defense. But he has a good couple of disruptors here. Oh, that's a big shot right there. The second, well, the third one, not getting as much. And there's the force field. Going to buy himself a bit more time. The disruptors managed to escape. Just barely, though. Should be able to get more shots off, as long as they don't get targeted down by the siege tanks. Here we go. Another bout does occur. The siege tanks very quickly do get taken out. And ultimately, yeah, Time just missing a lot of firepower here, it would seem. 5 Colossi, by the way, as well. That's a very big amount of Colossi. Usually you don't see that many in a Protoss force, but yeah, Patience, like I said, right, really doubling down on the ground force at the moment, making more disruptors also. Needs to keep in mind that those upgrades are looking more and more favorable for Time here as the match continues. Bit of a Death's Valley right now, and neither of these players want to commit to a fight. Usually you don't see this kind of face-off happen with just bioforces. Okay, no, there was a single siege tank there. Manages to pick it up and try to get out of there. Re-sieges at a relatively awkward angle, though, I would say. I'm not quite sure. Maybe a little bit further back would have been a bit helpful, as he did take quite... well, it didn't take too long to get that siege tank killed off, did it? Interesting. Anyway, Patience here doing a really good job, and man, this is just pure Patience playstyle, isn't it? Continuing to get those nexus. This is what he loves to do. Every time I see him play, I'm just like, all right, yeah, this is what Patience does. He plays this like a Zerg. Look at that. He's taking another nexus. He doesn't care. He just gets himself a ton of nexuses, and then he gets reasonable upgrades. And then goes for a ton of gateways, right? And that is Patience playstyle. It is really fascinating to see. And, you know, it's a weird one because we don't see a lot of other Protoss do this, right? At least not in the higher levels. You have to wonder, why is that? Why, like, if you can get away with just getting this amount of bases, why wouldn't other players do it as well? And... you know what? I'm not quite sure. To be fair, nothing strange happens either for Time here, right? I mean, he even put himself in a good position overall. And yeah, he's still not really... It still didn't feel like he was in a position still, though, to really punish the expansions coming up. I suppose Patience did... well, as the name implies, he was quite patient, waiting about for a moment in time where he did feel more comfortable. Didn't just do it after he got himself into a bad spot. Did manage to kind of equalize it out before he did go for all the expansions. But it is still rather impressive. Okay, Zealots once again on top of some SCVs here. Quite a couple do get picked off. As Patience, will he attempt to go for another attack here? Looks like he will. That's a lot of disruptor shots. Gets rid of the siege tanks. Oh, it's just a planetary fortress there, basically. Observers, nice placement overall here, out and about. He is there in the shadows as well. Oh. Oh, that's not the case. That's not the right way to go. Is this a bit too much? Has he found himself the convex of death right now? As time is coming in from a lot of areas, but no. No, sir. That is not going to be anywhere near enough. GG is called. And Patience. Patience takes game number 1. That means Time will have a map choice. Gonna have to see which map he decides to go for, of course. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. What map do you want to go for, Time? Alright, let's just remind him that he does have map choice. Romanticide. Ooh. He's trying to romanticize me and Patience here. I like that they just call it Roman as well. It's just... It's not even anywhere near romantic anymore. It's just Roman. Bit of a shame, isn't it? Bit of a shame, ain't it? Only time will tell. That's right. Patience has good PvT, actually. Let's see if he can beat Time. I mean, yeah, Patience PvT is very, very impressive, honestly. And who knows? Who knows? Terrans do seem to be on the rise. Maybe Patience is going to be a Protoss player that is just going to be able to still bring down some of these great Terrans, right? That is going to show a new way of how to combat Terran just by being very, very greedy. Okay, bottom right side, a blue Terran looking for, well, for a victory here. He's the Kaisi gamer man himself. He is Time. And in the top left side, we have a red Protoss fighting for Team LP. Give it up for Patience. Time needs to shut him down early on. Yeah, that could be a way. That could definitely be a way. Or, you know, he's gonna have to try and match the greediness level of Patience. Because, you know, that's the two ways to play this, right? I feel. Terran not that horrendous late game. Now, I don't know how confident Time feels in his late game. Seeing him doing a proxy Rex, well, maybe that is giving it away a little bit. What's up, Sniper, as well? How you doing, buddy? How you feeling today? But yeah. Two barracks. There is a refinery on the way also. Is this going to be a tech lab added into this barracks, or is it just for Reapers? We'll have to wait and see a moment here. I think it will be a tech lab, seeing the amount of gas that is being mined up right now. Did go for that wall off at this place as well. And oh, Patience also going for the proxy right now. Could that be a Void Ray proxy location, actually? I mean, it's not too far away from over here, right? It could still be still could be a couple of other things, right? Still could be a couple of other things. This is a weird way to interact with these two. That is for sure, though. And that is that concussive shell. There's the Stargate. Now we're gonna see pylons over here as well. I mean, the downside of doing this Void Ray attack on a place like this would be that the main base is absolutely massive, right? Look at the space you have. So if you build shield batteries over here, it's quite difficult to actually get your Void Ray all the way to some place where it deals damage and then micro back and forth because of the distance overall. And oh no. Well, okay, so one person does manage to get the scout off, right? Is that enough, though, to give Patience an advantage here? I'm not quite sure. Does he still have time to respond to this? He still is trying to make that Stargate will just be a regular Oracle play right here. Not a bad choice. After all, Time will not have that much at home, seeing how all of his units are moving across the map right now. Oh, a Zealot finds the backhand of those Marines right there. The bunker does get destroyed. Doesn't look like that was a cancel. Preoccupied with trying to deal with the Zealot right here. I love the Zealot positioning, trying to keep back the overall reinforcing units. There's no way that you can micro both sides there at the same time. And, well, I mean, the Oracle right now also coming in, doing a lot of damage. The Marauders get surrounded, and that is another GG. Just like that, and, well, I guess now we know. Now we know you don't proxy Marauder Rush Patience when he's doing a Stargate proxy. Huh. Oxide. Oxide will be map number 3. It's interesting. Interesting, right? Maybe, you know, getting the Marauders blocked off, right? That is a bit of a shame. That is unfortunate event ultimately, but all right, let's see. Patience. See if Patience is ready as well. So yeah, I mean the proxy Void, well, Oracle there just didn't even have to go back home, right? He had enough at home to defend it overall. I love the Zealot on the back foot. That was just great. Immediately being able to jump on the thingamajigs, right? On the Marines coming through. Very, very good stuff. And that just makes Time kind of force out more multitasking, right? Out of Time, and ultimately didn't quite work out for him getting taken out ultimately. Because, well, his Marauders got surrounded. His bunker never really got protected. He was busy with other things, such as that Zealot. So, well done. Well done there by the Protoss player once again. Let's set up the scoreboard into his favor here. I mean, he is doing a good job so far. Ooh, Time, you dirty dog. He doesn't learn, does he? Anyway, in the bottom left side, there he is, that blue Terran. Looking for a new home, it looks like. He is Time. The saves from the Kaiser games, I'm not quite sure if I did or not. Anyway, his opponent in the top right side, it's the Red Protoss from Team LP. Will he do another bit of aggressive play as well? He is Patience. Alright, let's just put it a little bit further away this time. Oh, you're joking. Patience. 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 How does he know? How did he know? He just gone straight for it. Well, he kind of checked over here, and then he went up. He just knows this man like the back of his hand. It's not even close. That is very unfortunate. And Time is going to have to, well, just kind of live with the consequences, right? Have a delayed barracks. He's got double gas mining right now, so he may still be able to make something work. Still has a bit of a chance right there to get something to work out in his favor, but it looks like it's going to be tough. It looks like it's going to be tough. Patience here, kind of having the upper hand at the moment. Still looking around, checking all the locations. Huh. Alright. So, what else is he doing? He's going straight into the Stargates here. Got himself a Adept. Yeah, the Adept versus the Reaper. And second Reaper on the way for time here. So already looking to add a little bit of extra pressure perhaps onto his opponents. Oh, that's always so annoying. He's like, alright, no easy add-on for you, sir. You're gonna have to fly across. Also, this is gonna be able to see now what is coming out of this factory if he wants to. He may just cancel it. Is he? Oh no, he lets it finish, alright. Oh, and even gets the SCV kill in the command center there with the Adept, so... yeah, now he knows exactly what he's up against. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Just keeping the factory there as well. That's a rough one. Okay, Patience. Interesting play. Interesting play. Don't see that every day, do you? Now these Reapers and the Hellions feel like they a little bit obliged. Oh, losing another SCV here. Man, time is... he's just not having a good time, is he? Jeez Louise. Really feels like everything is just going horrendously awful for time here. The Chinese prodigy. That is normally always... well, one of the best overall, and here, I don't know. It's not quite working out in his favor. He has a Widow Mine, but that's his sole defense against this Oracle. He loses his entire army force, losing another SCV right now. 4 SCV kills on this Adept right here. The Oracle, what will it do? It's just gonna check around, move backwards. Now we have 2 Adepts here, and an Oracle. Oh no, don't lose the Marine as well, don't. Well, this is, so, I mean, map number 4, what would time really choose as map number 4 here? I think he needs to let go of the idea of the proxy Rex. I think that may not be working out so swell. I really like the idea of getting the drilling class here, though. That does, to me, seem like one of the best ways to potentially still pull this back. Yet, at the same time, it's going to be difficult. Oh, that is annoying. Okay, no, does get a good hit on those Oracles, and gets all the Oracles, actually. Very, very nice, and that means the other Widow Mine is going to remain hidden here. Sacrificing a single Adept in order to try and get these Marines. Maybe he didn't know as well that the Widow Mine would be hidden as well, right? The previous one he did have the Oracle tabs on before it even got to shoot, so... oh, now showing that it is in fact a drilling class also. Do we have a medevac with... no, it's a Liberator in fact, okay. Alright, you know what? Time, he's still in a bad spot. Don't get me wrong. Especially now if he leaves the base when there's this amount of stalkers coming in. Yep, has to just pick up and leave. He's still gonna go for it, you know, and you gotta commend him for that one. Patience already looking for a 3rd base. I mean, that is his playstyle after all. Cannons on the way in the base of Patience as well. He's just getting everything. He knows that there's the Widow Mines with the drilling class, right? So he needs to have some sort of stealth detection. And yeah, I just don't think he's going to be able to get too much done here. Because I'm having the time of my life. And I owe it all to time. This is what Patience is singing right now. Well, this is horrendous. Yeah, there's no recovery here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I would love it if there was, but... GG. So, oof. I feel bad just watching this right now, guys. I feel dirty. I feel like we're not supposed to be watching this in a sense, right? Doesn't quite feel like this is the way it's supposed to be. Here we are. Anyway, I mean, Timmy's still saying go, 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 and I think that's the right attitude. Just trying to get himself into the next game. So I'm not gonna let him wait much longer. Sniper, this is a best of 9, so it could become a 5-0. So far it's a 3-0. To be fair, Time did do the double proxy Rex twice, so, I mean, well, not the double proxy Rex, but he did double proxy Rex, so that means doing a single proxy Rex twice in a row, which I probably should formulate better, or with my words, you know what, have a better word choice. But I don't. My words are my own. And sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they don't word a sentence. Anyway, Time is not sending an SCV across. That is already a step into the right direction, I would say. Anyway, he is in the blue. He is the Terran. The Chinese absolute legend himself. In a bit of trouble here. He's fighting for Kaisi Gaming, but needs to step it up a little bit here, because he's in a little bit of trouble against this fella. This red Protoss right here from Team LP. We all know and love he is Patience. At least, well, I think we all know and love him. Right? I think we do. Right, once more. Going around checking. It's like, oh, he may do it again. Coming in, making sure. It does seem to be somewhat of a pattern with his scouting, huh? Every time he goes to the right side of his base here, where he just kind of rotates like this. So, if you want to proxy Rex Patience, you may want to do it over here. You may want to do it over here, you know? Although, to be fair, we've only seen him do this like 3 times, I want to say. 2 times? 3 times? In that ballpark, somewhere, right? Okay. So, supply depot wall does come up here. Reaper will enter the fields relatively shortly as well. Gonna try to catch himself that probe that is moving away. As we have Patience back at home, making a Nexus. Cybercore as well. Gonna be very safe here. Chronoing out that Stalker should allow him to be alright. Be okay. Actually did steal a gas here as well. It's kind of rude. Oh, this base? No, the other base? It's not going to the right base for me. This one. This is the one. Reaper does manage to get himself, well, rid himself of the Stalker right there. And we're gonna have a ring around the Rosie. Does not manage to jump up there, of course, because of the building placement. And Patience, once more, doing a little bit sneaky play. Going for the gateway and the gateway across the field. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, because stealing the gas right now, in a sense, wouldn't that delay the later attack here of Time? So the siege tanks, potential Whittle mines, anything of the sorts that could do rather well against the early on gateway forces, right? May even slow down upgrades such as Stimul, Combat Shield and such, right? Safety bunker is in place though, so bear that in mind. Still an important thing here. The Stalker's really desperate to keep this this Reaper away, and so far are being very successful. Oh, a little bit of a glitch in the matrix there. You know, I am watching 2 players play on the Korean server here from Europe, so while broadcasting the entire thing on the internet. The internet, it's a marvelous thing, isn't it? It really is quite something. Okay, guys, I mean, how long does it take 2 Marines to kill 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Stalkers? I suppose they do have help now. Oh, it wasn't even it was a 1 Reaper in there also. Does have to pull the boys, and here we go. There's the Hellion run in. Immediate warp in, very nicely done there by Patience. Being able to block out those Hellions, and now look at the spread on those probes as well. Nothing so far being achieved. A great shade as well from Patience here, utilizing the Adept Mechanic in a defensive way. Very cool to see here. Great play overall from Patience, as you know what, in the home base of Time, he's still suffering. He is still suffering quite heavily as the Stalker's coming in and shooting down the siege tank right now quite handily. Alright, maybe the Raven will finally be able to put a stop to this, but ultimately he throws down another turret and the Stalkers just run away. And I mean, sooner or later they're going to be coming back in. That auto turret is going to run out. The bunker won't be set up in time again. The Hellions still pretty much only, really, he only got 5 workers with this. That is very impressive play there from Patience. My dear lord, he is on absolute fire. This guy doing some fantastic stuff overall. And you know what, I hate to be a Debbie Downer here, but it's becoming rough to see a way for Time to win this one as well. Well, though, you know what, the army supply is getting closer. I suppose we didn't have that many probes being created here at this, for Patience, as this is all going on. But then again, Patience still in the mineral field, still cleaning up more of those SCVs. We'll be able to take out 5 of them, in fact. Gonna be a little bit careful here, and now with the 3 extra gateways, this is gonna go for a massive Adept Glaive attack. And that may very well prove quite strong, because the thing you need against Adept Glaives is bunkers. You need to have bunkers, and we don't have time even, well, to make them, I suppose. And Time is not even aware that this is coming, of course. He has no idea. He's still just kind of trying to facilitate a defense against these Stalkers and the War Prism. Meanwhile, these Adept numbers, they are growing and growing. They will be coming in relatively shortly. And yeah, I mean, I don't see a bunker here, unfortunately. This can become quite gruesome very quickly. Needs to target down the siege tank, I would say. There we go. Does manage to get the kill on that one. The command center in a lot of trouble right now. May even go down at this point. The Adepts are shut out of the main base, though. The command center falls. Oh, that is horrendous. Abysmal amounts of damage here, once again being taken. As Time, he's well, he's trying. He is definitely trying, but it's not quite getting there. To be fair, like, everything here was already kind of going sideways for him for a long time here, right? He didn't manage to get the scout with the Reapers. Great blocking there with the Stalkers. Oh, interference matrix on the War Prism. So no more overall control there going to be utilized. The attack of the Adepts is coming closer to the siege tanks, and I think they will be able to break this. Yeah, that is looking like it's too much. A couple of Marines do come out, though. But look at that. The War Prism stays alive with just the smallest amounts of HP. And we'll be able to get more units in this base. And I think that is going to be it, guys. There's no recovery here. There is a counterattack, though. Oh, if those units were back at home, maybe. But then again, I mean, if they were, then it still would have been GG, because he's just in such a bad spot anyway, right? No second base. Nothing much at all. Alright, the Marines in the main base of Patience as well, being let down a little bit there. Well, it's going to be a quick day here. It looks like. To be fair, after this one, we will still be doing a little bit of another stream. We're going to do some viewer replays. I have a couple stacked up that we can go have a look at. Yeah. Would love it if you would join me if you want your own replay to be casted as well. Then hit me up on the Discord server. The link into the Discord server is below. You'll be able to get your replay casted most likely today, because you know what, this is going very, very, very quickly. Was not anticipating this to go this quickly, honestly. But all right. Here we go. Here we go. Already the last match? I hope not. Maybe we're going to get a big comeback to occur here full time. Who knows? Alright. Let's see. Go, 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 go. And we are off. The countdown commences. Patience and time. I was not expecting Patience to just run away with the series like this. It is 4-0 right now, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let me take a look at the recent scores of time. I mean, he managed to beat Zaun. That was in the team league, right? I believe the golden team league, or the China, what's it called? SC Boy China Team Championships. Yeah. IC Gaming versus Alpha X. He managed to go 1-1 versus Nice. He did go 1-2 versus Creator. He beat Hurricane 2-0. And not that long ago in the Trofo Weekly, the finals, he went 4-2 in his favor against Zaun. And, well, I mean, what we're seeing right now doesn't quite reflect those scores, I would say. At all, right? Everybody has a bad day, but will it persist here, or can he turn it around? It's the blue Terran in the top left side from IC Gaming. He is time. The bottom right side, we have ourselves a red Protosurf fighting for Team LP. He is Patience. Match point already. Within, like, it hasn't even been an hour yet. It hasn't even been 45 minutes yet. And we are on match point with the Red Protoss here, taking the lead. Very, very decisively. He's going to be sitting on a nice golden throne right now. You know, a golden throne made up of 4 heads of time. I don't know why it would be gold, but they are, and they make up a chair. I don't know how you make a chair of 4 heads, but ultimately I'm not quite sure how you could have 4 heads as a person to begin with. Anyway, I mean, there he is, sitting on his throne of 4 heads. And he just he's just like, you know what, this could need. I need a foot bench as well. I need myself 5 heads right here. That's what he's going for. The 5th will well, maybe be delivered right now, or perhaps Time is going to be able to get some of his heads back. Who knows? I hope so, because he can't be having many more left, right? Follow up with the Hellion here. Looks like Time wants to play a little bit more defensively. Well, not defensively, just careful with this first initial Reaper. Doesn't want to let it be taken out. Of course, that previous game, a lot was because he never really got the scout off, right? Never did manage to get a full, clean vision of what was going on in Patience space. And Patience was able to make full use of that. Kind of blindside Time right there. So Time this will here now look more so for well, a bit more aggressive scout, I would say. At this moment in time, we're more committed. Although he is going for a stalker kill. Not quite sure why he was going for the stalker kill there. I suppose he is coming in with more stuff overall. Just trying to snowball this. Hold up, let me take a look at what else is... It's not that much. Alright, well... Huh. This seems like it's meant to do damage, but... Alright, there we go. That's, is that the first probe? That's the first probe. To be fair, he also got a Stalker, right? But, I mean, he lost 2 Hellions and a Reaper as well, so... Huh. Debbie Downer Kozen once again. I'm not quite feeling it here for time anymore. I'm not quite sure what is going on in his mind, but I mean, Patience, he's just looking too clean, man. Patience looking too clean. Nothing is touching this man. The Hellion drops, I mean, all he had was nothing in his space. A very quick warp in, 3 dabs in a row, making a fence just barely big enough and with the gaps to facilitate a big fence. At the same time, keeping all those Hellions away from the main base. Remember that move? That was a pretty darn cool move, honestly. That warp in, keeping those Hellions out. And, yeah. Ever since the Proxy Rex... Not quite working out for time. It looks like it's a little bit of a downhill battle right now. He's gonna try to, well, test his luck here with the 2 siege tanks and a good clump of marines. Needs to get himself sieged up before Patience actually manages to jump on top of the siege tanks. A bit surprised the Banshee is not trying to pull away the Stalkers here. But at the same time, the defense already being mounted as well. A lot of shield batteries. There's an Immortal also on the field. We'll be able to tank a lot of punishments from those siege tanks right now. Bunkers trying to be set up also. A real front now being created here. But those bunkers not meant for this world at this moment in time. Only a single Stalker went down there, I believe. Yeah, it's not a lot. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this is time now, setting up a little bit further backwards, I believe, hoping that Patience may move command into him, right? Just kind of overextend, trying to chase down his army. Ultimately, not quite working out that way, as Patience, he's just like, alright, well, that was something. That was something. I guess it's time for a 3rd base now. Alright. That was just try to get ourselves a 3rd base. In the home base of time, we have not much going on at all, do we? I mean, he's still just sitting here on the fields. He's trying to figure out where Patience is coming in from. Ultimately, does manage to scout the 3rd base, so realizes, alright, well, that is not a good sign, is it? It's not a great sign, at least. Now, what is his plan? Is he going to go for his own 3rd? I mean, the working out not too far apart, right? Surprisingly enough. He doesn't have any upgrades, though. But then again, I mean, Patience only having the Blink upgrade at this moment in time as well. So, on that department, they're still pretty darn close together. Observer here, and making sure that the Army of Time is where it's supposed to be. And there's that 3rd base. The 3rd base coming up right on spot. On location. As Patience is just like, alright, well, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is where I feel comfortable against Terran. The late game. This is where I get myself the, well, the abnormal large quantity of Colossi. And I'm just going to get myself extended thermal lance. I'm going to get all my upgrades. I'm going to get charge. Does see this move out though, of course, with the observers, so we'll try to delay it with the use of the Stalkers. The first Colossus is here, but it's not that much actually available for Patience. This could be the one moment where time manages to get real damage dealt. Will he actually be able to? Will he be able to get into a good siege position? Yes, he will. Alright, no interference there from the Stalkers as this is going down. Bio at the front, Bio in the back, just in case if he does get flanked right now. More reinforcements still coming up. That 3rd base now dead. A new 3rd base quickly gonna try to get created here. We need to have a second Colossi. There it is. Alright, Colossi still not that fantastic against siege tanks though, of course. At least not in this amount. When you have 6 siege tanks, they will be able to gun down Colossi very, very quickly. Not to mention those Banshees, of course, also dishing out quite a bit of DPS onto those bad boys. Okay, Time does lose the siege tank there. He's still sending everything across the field, right? A lot of stuff just kind of coming over. Parade pushing here into the newly, well, the trying to newly be established third base of Patience. Patience got pushed out of his safety spot and now having difficulty defending this area overall. We'll send a couple of those Colossi in order to safeguard the area, but at the same time, is that the way to do this? The siege tanks absolutely pummeling. A bad movement from those immortals there. A movement mistake for certain. Disruptor has a good chance here though to get himself some damage. Only goes for the siege tanks here. Was not quite able to connect all that massively. The Colossi on the top side really having to micro their hearts out. Will not be able to make it work. I think finally we have ourselves a turnaround here where Time suddenly will take this one without too much of a hassle. There we go. The final disruptor shot there maybe would have been able to make something happen, but ultimately this is too much. Time here. He still has that 4th base on the way as well. Yes, that 3rd base mining. He has so many SCVs at this moment. He has a stable defense. GG it's called. Time takes a map. And we avoid the clean sweep. The 5-0. Because that would be rather abysmal. Horrendous. Alright, so map choice between Light Shade and Jagannatha. 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 We'll have to wait and see. Jagannatha. Go. Jag or Light. Patience like, go! Oh wait, which maps are left? He's going for Light Shade. No surprise there. People still don't quite like Jagannatha. So we're just gonna have to make do. Why am I so gosh darn tall? Interesting. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Yeah, it's better. Feeling better. Oh, right. Gotta set this up as well, don't I? So used to other people doing this now. Okay. Time says go. Patience. Alright. I'm gonna wish these guys good luck, have fun. As we are starting up game number 6. We have avoided the clean sweep, guys. We are in the running now for potentially a comeback. A reverse all sweep, as they would call it, right? If that is going to happen here, I would be very much surprised. But if anyone can do it, if anyone in this entire world can do it, very well could be this fella. Right here in the blue from Kaiser Gaming. He is the best that China has to offer. He is Time. In the bottom right side, we have ourselves the Red Broder, still on match point. Just needs one more victory. Will he start to choke on his own success? We'll have to wait and see. He is from Team LP. Patience. It's not quite getting the 5 heads thrown there with the all the needed accessories. Accessories, right? It is accessories. Am I going crazy? I think I might be going crazy. Anyway, maybe I've always been crazy. Who knows? Okay. So, what would we expect on Light Shade? What would we expect on Lightshade? There's a really cool place for siege tanks to siege, of course, over here. A very lethal place. There's a long walk distance around here. The siege tanks will still be able to shoot this ramp, and anything that tries to basically get into this vicinity over here, right? So it's not a bad call to go for something like that, like we saw in the previous game. Just a big front of siege tanks moving straight into a kill position. Patience did go for a lot of Blink Stalkers there, perhaps. He went for a little too many of them, right? So he didn't quite have the Colossi count to counteract or do battle on the long distance right there that we saw. It's quite the adorable bunker placement right here. Going to be very difficult for the probe to actually get on top of that SCV, it looks like. As we may need to... Okay, no, he's not going to go for a Zealot here. He's going to go for the Stalker. But that bunker will be completed. Now, he's just going to throw down a shield battery, I would imagine. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so... Not too much of a hassle, right? It's kind of been figured out how to deal against this. How you're supposed to counteract what is happening right now. Stalker will be coming in here. Is shooting the SCV first and foremost, but of course that Reaper there, the biggest source of damage right now. Did the SCV actually already die? Oh dear lord, it did. Thought it managed to get into that bunker. I was not paying full attention there, but overall, yeah, look at this. It's like tap, tap, tap. It's like the shield battery is not even really trying. It's like he's mocking. He's mocking the Reaper. It's like, is this all you can do, damage-wise? It's like tap, tap. Just slowly getting himself some energy. He's like, I'm spending less energy than I'm gaining here, even though I'm healing all your damage output, mate. It's not a good sign. Not a good sign. As Patience, alright, Patience once again going for a little bit of a cheeky play here, perhaps. The Dark Shrine on the way. Needs to, of course, secure the perimeters right now of his bases. Does not want to get this scout running in straight here, and could become difficult as there are now 2 Hellions accompanying this Reaper. Also, oh my, both players going... Actually, there's 4 Hellions right now, so that is maybe more so going to try and get... probe kills rather than going for an absolute scout here. Let's wait and see. The Reaper, is the Reaper gonna go into the main base? No, he is not. Okay, so he's trying to get the block off right there with another pylon. Look at that, what a great play. A quick improvised wall to try and stop those Hellions from gaining access, but ultimately they will still gain access. The wall doesn't quite manage to be completed on the left side there. And these Hellions, they are doing quite a bit of work. That is an enormous amount of work. A quick pull away. The probes don't want to get too stacked on top of one another. But ultimately, 13 of them do fall here. And that is quite a big loss, right? That is ginormous. Time realizing, you know what, I probably don't need to do that much more damage. I'm just gonna need to get myself a Raven. So he cancelled the cloak. Only goes for a single Banshee right here. And it's going to have a Banshee and a Raven to try and take out those DTs. Should be more than plenty, considering that he's also building missile turrets. And, well, yeah, this is not going to work, is it? I would be very much surprised if this gets more than, like, 3 SCV kills. Alright, 2. Come on, get the 3rd. There we are. Oh, no. Has to prove me wrong, doesn't he? 4 of them. Alright, well, I mean, it's something. It's, you know, still not enough, obviously. Still needs more. There's a siege tank there. It's not going to be able to get anything done on that location. In particular with his missile turret right here. Nice position on this missile turret, actually, together with the bunker there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. No, Wild Prism will be flying over top on that siege tank and taking it out by just dropping units on top of it. That's not going to happen at any time here. Oh, Archon comes in. I need to zoom in. I'm panicking. Here we go. Careful. Pick it up, pick it up. There it is. Alright, manages to get himself out of there. But at the same time, that Viking here, oh, with the interference matrix now hitting. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money just down the drain right now. Thank God he only made a single Archon. And he didn't go for the double Archon right there. Otherwise, that would have been close to GG right then and there, I would say. Third base does become available here for Patience in the production tab. Gonna start making that happen. But at the same time, I mean, at the same time, Time is making quite the magnificent army. 45 army supply versus 22. It's not that fantastic here, is it? The Terran may just be able to come across the fields and just ruin the dreams of Patience here and reclaim another one of his heads. Alright, off he goes. Alright, setting up shop there on the bottom side, but at the other side, of course, we do have quite a big kerfuffle. A base rate probably wouldn't really benefit Patience here, but he may still be able to do quite a bit of damage before he is forced to recall here. He's trying to get on top of the production facilities. Pretty smart move here, but is it going to work out? He needs so many SCV kills here before he will try to get himself back across the field. He needs to hurry it up, though, and even then, I'm not quite sure if he's going to be able to facilitate enough of a defense to make anything happen there. The SCVs are actually killing this army already on their own. I was not expecting that to be the case. A lot of the SCVs go down, but GG has to be called. Time takes map number 6. Alright, that means we got ourselves a map number 7. We have reached the point where all the maps will be played. And, Time, he's making the comeback happen. He's making the comeback happen. It doesn't feel as dirty anymore watching this series now, thank God. We're getting some out of this, right? Some esports still being shown here. Both players ready. They're both the correct race. Alright. Let's hit him up. Let's hit him up with the next one right now. We'll have to wait and see. If this comeback will be able to be continued by our Chinese player right now. Of course, our Chinese player, I mean, I thought he was dead. I thought he was going to lose 5-0. And ultimately, here he is now, once more. Still kicking. Still doing something. Still getting some work done, right? 2 wins in a row right now. Needs 3 more. Will he be able to do it? That's the question. He's the blue Terran from Kaiser Gaming. He is Time. And his opponent in the top right side, we have a red Protoss from Team LP. He is Patience. Still match point. It does feel like Patience sometimes is one of those players that, you know what, manages to get himself very, very far ahead in a series. And then ultimately it's like, alright, 1 more win. And then he starts to choke. He starts to kind of not do as great anymore. He starts to make some mistakes. He tries to eke it out with a cheeky win instead of just doing the straight up play. So it is, it's a weird one. The mobile app for Trover is much better than Twitch. I'm delighted. Oh, that is interesting. I never realized that myself. Yeah, I've not yet tried the mobile version of Trover, so that is rather rich. Alright, anyway. What do we have going on? What do we have going on? No proxies. Nothing too nasty from either of these players. I would love to see another one of the macro games, honestly. Like, even if it's not this one, Time will need to win, of course, then. But ultimately, I would love for Patience to be able to get himself again into one of those macro games, because he's just so much fun to watch in those macro games. It's just so unique. It's a style you don't get to see all that often. The very heavy gateway style, just get a sickening amount of nexuses absolutely everywhere. But, well, it may not be coming into fruition here, as we do have, well, as if he is staying alive. Where's your Stalker, mate? Okay, it's not yet out. There we go, come on. Come on, get rid of him. Shield battery is going to help out quite a bit, though. So, let's see what will be happening here, right? I think this is the more crucial part. Okay, it's a Stargate. It will be that Stargate. Now we get to watch the little micro battle here. Watch how the SCV moves into the bunker as the laser starts to fly towards him. Oh, beautiful there. Another one? Oh my god, he's so good. More? Is he doing it? Is he willing to come out and repair again? Oh, he's just gonna dash for it. He's like, alright. Evacuate. Run for the hills. Some more poking trying to take place, of course. Time not quite has figured out what is going on there, of course. He has that one Reaper here, but ultimately, what has he seen? He's, well, this is what he's seen. That's not a lot of information, is it? It really isn't. And that could become a problem. Now, he does have those Hellions on the way, of course. May just be able to end it here, but the Reaper left a slower friend to die. I mean, you know what? Survival of the fittest, man. That's just the way you gotta do things. And this is a Reaper that has watched enough Bear Grylls to realize what is the most important aspect in survival. And that is surviving, so. Oh, the Widowmine's not anywhere near in a position here to help out against this Oracle. The Oracle actually gonna try to target down the... Oh, great repair, but not quite enough there, unfortunately. That got very close. I'm surprised the Oracle was brave enough to sit around there still. And it is dead. Alright, well, it did get 6 kills. I'd say that is still worth it. Moving past the island. It will be this Oracle right now. Oh, again, going for the repair this time around. The Oracle moves away, gets the SCV. No, Bunker does get completed. Gonna help out a little bit here against the Oracle. Widowmine drop gonna be a little bit delayed here. The what did the Hellions do, actually? I didn't quite get to see what they managed to do. They did manage to get into the base, but I suppose overall it's a little bit late now with the Oracles already in your base to try and figure out what your opponent is up to. Okay, now this is the next step. We have Phoenixes on the way for Patience. They are going to have to fly quite the distance in order to try and defend against this. Where are the Stalkers? The Stalkers actually in the front side of Time's base, so this little counter-aggression could actually do quite a bit. Although, you know, that Phoenix coming in just in the nick of time. Will it be able to help against 4 Widowmines, though? I don't think it will do that much. Okay, well, a little bit of a hesitant move there. Getting 4 probes. It's not a lot, but maybe the Hellions will be able to gain the upper hand in the work account here on this base. Doesn't quite look like they will. The shield battery helping out a ton at this moment in time. More Widowmines do go down, so more mining time is lost ultimately, but 8 workers, is that going to be enough here? It's rough to say. It's rough to say. Let's take another look at that unit's lost type. Yeah, I don't think it is it? Doesn't quite seem to be that case. Those SCVs, of course, getting taken out a little bit earlier as well. So overall, I would still give the advantage here to Patience. And quite handsomely as well. Quite a handsome advantage. And this is the scary part, right? Because now we're in a situation where if Time loses this match, even though things got quite hairy quite early on, he needs to win this. He has no other choice but to win this. Otherwise, he will lose this show match series. And Ultimately, that is never what you would like to have happen as a professional gamer. So, a good pick up there onto the Cyclone. We'll be able to pick off most of the defenses here. Is Patience. Still more defense facilitated, of course, at the front door. Is he gonna get aggressive here? Why are his sentries on this spot? I wonder. He may just have enough, honestly, to break his opponents here. With those Phoenixes there, he may just be able to just jump right on top of those siege tanks, pick those up, and then have enough ground forces to facilitate the rest of the DPS. He has sentries to deny repairing on the bunker. But, yeah, backs up here. Honestly, that would have been a daring move. Maybe he would have been able to make it work. Perhaps, who knows, with some good micro there, and maybe Time not having the cleanest micro, but ultimately, it would still be a gamble. It would still be a gamble, and is that one you want to take here? I don't know. There's a magic Patience. He spins the web for Time, and if you wish upon the Patience, all your wishes will come true too. What did I just read, D-Face? What did I just read? He spins the web for Time. There's magic. A magical web of time and space. And patience. That's how they call it, right? Time and space and patience. If only if we had a player called Space. And then we would have, you know, time and space fighting against one another. That would be... Oh, the joy we would have. Let's see what happens when time collides with space. That would be good. Destroy that disgusting Stargate. Yeah, he did manage to get that one. Manages to get the spot on these Zealots as well running by, so that's a good thing. Concussive Shell on the way with the +2/+2. I mean, only +1 available right now for the Armor of Patience here. This is... Yep, you don't want to go there, mates. Salad, do I want to go? No, no, that's too much. Get spotted as well immediately. You gotta love the status traps that are being put up here as well. Trying to still make some use out of those oracles. And Patience, I mean, he is playing rather Patience-esque, right? He's probably gonna get himself a 5th base here. Very shortly. There it is. It's just what he does. Just what he does. You could be asking yourself, but why does he do this? I mean, Time is only on 3 bases. Doesn't he need to be careful? Well, you know what? This is what you do when you have 8 gateways. Just a lot of Zealots. And he's gonna keep Time busy at his own side of the fields, right? He's trying to utilize the overall army of Zealots right here to keep him busy, preoccupied on his side of the map. Not gonna be able to punish the greed of Patience. There's the rule Protoss keep. Every time you build new gates, they have to be in multiples on correct gateways. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Yeah! That is pretty cool, isn't it? You hardly see somebody get, like, I don't know, up to a total of 9 gateways, right? It just doesn't happen. Really doesn't happen. Here we have, again, like, 4 gateways being added in. This is true. If you break the rule, he loses. I mean, that's a good rule. That is a good rule. That's a funny little statement there. You know, I never thought about that, actually, and now I have, and now I can't think of well, a lot of times where it wasn't the case. Well, people do go for 3 gates sometimes, right? Oh, I think the status traps did get scouted out there, so we'll not be falling for this one. Careful, don't lose those air units unnecessarily. We do have disruptors here on the high ground, so still quite the scary part here for Time to move in as... You know what, actually, he's moving backwards, realizing there's suddenly a ton of Zealots in his 4th base. not where he wants to be. And that's exactly what Patience wants to have happen in this situation. He's making more Colossi. He is getting himself the disruptor count that he would like to have. The Zealots, look at this. He's just buying so much overall value, not just really by killing a lot of stuff, but ultimately just by pulling this army backwards as he's getting himself a 6 base. He always wants to be 2 bases ahead of his opponents. A bit of a scrappy engagement right there from Patience, not looking the sharpest. Is going to move backwards here. I think he lost a lot of stuff actually, but well, still has quite a bit over there as well. Didn't lose any disruptors. Where are the disruptors? Okay, they're over here. A couple of them stayed behind. For a moment I thought I missed a ton of the engagement right there. Just Siege Tank shooting down a ton of those disruptors. But here we go. Will it be enough for Patience, or is Patience going to fall? He still sends more stuff across the field as well. Losing this base, not that bad. You know why? Because, well, there's another one right there on the way already. Is that going to be targeted down also? I don't think so. Oh, those disruptor shots were disgusting. Disgusting. And now we just have okay, well, 3 command centers on the way here full time, and 2 nexuses on the way for Patience. I mean, that is, when in doubt, you double up the greed of your opponents, and that is exactly what we're seeing here from both players, actually attempting to double down on the greed. Interesting. I'm a bit surprised. I mean, it's not like time is maxed out here. He's still quite far removed, and then he goes for the 3 command center. Is that going to harm him right here, right now, as his Protoss Force is on his doorstep? 1 command center does for the siege tanks. A little bit aggressively placed right there. Loses 2 of them instantly, and that is going to be a lot of trouble. This is prime real estate right now for Patience as he's coming in on the left side as well. A lot of Zealots there facilitating all the Bioforces there, distraction. And that's going to allow Patience to quite handily get on top of this siege tank as well if he does so desire. It doesn't look like he is. There's more harassment happening here as well. A drop going on for time. It will be picked off. Apparently not enough dead space there to help out your medevacs to stay safe. Units are going down left, right, and center. Absolutely everywhere. It is absolute pandemonium right now. Things are quite hectic, but seeing the supply, Patience is gaining more and more of an advantage. The planetary fortress not getting repaired here. It's not getting repaired, guys. The repairs are very late. And that is a dead planetary fortress now in this place. Even easier to perhaps be picked off as Patience is on the left side as well. This looks like it may be it, guys. We may have ourselves a victor. We may have ourselves a Protoss champion this time around, being able to beat the Chinese Terran player right now. And that is it. GG.